My name is Eli Levinson, and this is my 2-minute explanation of World War II. Hitler's plan was to take over the world and make all of its population Aryan Germans. But before he could do this, he had to win the war against the people who opposed him, otherwise known as the Allies. The Allies were comprised of over 20 different countries all over the world. Specifically, the most powerful ones were the USA, Canada, England, and France. Hitler's plan was to invade France, defeat France, knocking out the UK in the process, then turn on the Soviet Union and win the war. And he did a pretty good job of executing this plan. He had knocked out France due to the Germans' superior tactics, and he was pressuring England into surrendering, but they wouldn't surrender. So he wanted to launch a full-scale invasion, but he couldn't because he didn't have control over the English Channel. So Hitler decided that the invasion of England would have to wait. So what he did was he turned his eyes on the Soviet Union. He launched 3 million troops into the Soviet Union, which is the largest ground invasion in history, and the Germans got inside of Moscow. And you'd think that would be it, that the Germans won, but it wasn't, because something happened. It got really, really cold. So Stalin called in troops from the Siberian front, who were specially trained to fight in the extreme cold, and they pushed the Germans out of Russia and back into Germany. And so the Allies decided that they should land on Normandy to invade Germany from the west, and the Russians should invade Germany from the east. So the Americans, the Canadians, I don't have a Canadian flag, so we're using an Italian one, and the English all landed at Normandy, and they pushed up through the west, while the Soviet Union pushed up from the east. They took out the Germans, and now the Russians were inside of Berlin. Hitler and his wife were in Hitler's bunker, and they realized that all hope was lost. So they both took cyanide pills, and with that, Berlin fell, and that was the end of the war.